Industrial plants operate by harnessing extreme physical forces. Behind these walls, massive amounts of thermal and kinetic energy are held under constant restraint. This restraint is achieved using pressure equipment. Systems of interconnected vessels, boilers, and piping, like these large spherical LPG tanks, are engineered to contain volatile gases and liquids at extreme pressures and temperatures. Internal pressure is the baseline of the threat. However, the true hazard profile emerges when that pressure interacts with a complex set of environmental and material variables. This diagram outlines the risk calculation used in industrial safety. Total risk is a compounding equation, combining internal pressure with total volume, the temperature and chemical properties of the fluid, material degradation, and the potential for human error. When material degradation or human oversight introduces a single vulnerability, the balance is broken, triggering an uncontrolled release of the stored energy. Safely harnessing these forces depends on an unbroken chain of human engineering integrity, a disciplined life cycle that guards against catastrophe from the first blueprint to the final scrapyard. Every pressure vessel starts as a theoretical model. Before a single piece of steel is cut, the entire system is mathematically proven to withstand its intended environment. Engineers calculate precise operating limits, determining the minimum required wall thickness to resist physical stress, and adding specific material allowances to account for years of chemical corrosion. Once the blueprints are finalized, the theoretical design is handed over to the factory floor, where fabrication teams turn those calculations into physical steel. During assembly, heavy steel plates must be joined together. This welding process is the creation of a physical safety barrier. To ensure that barrier holds, fabricators follow Qualified Welding Procedure Specifications, or WPSS. These documents dictate the exact heat inputs, filler metals, and techniques that certified welders must use to fuse the seams. The eventual stability of an active chemical plant depends directly on the microscopic density and uniformity of these initial welds. When manufacturing is complete, the equipment passes to independent inspection engineers. Their objective is to search the finished vessel for hidden structural flaws. Because surface inspections cannot reveal internal defects, inspectors rely on non-destructive testing to examine the internal structure of the steel without damaging it. Techniques like radiographic imaging and ultrasonic scanning send radiation or high-frequency sound waves through the metal, mapping out microscopic cracks, porosity, or areas where the weld failed to fuse properly. Before it can be cleared for service, the vessel undergoes a hydrostatic test. It is filled with liquid and pressurized well beyond its normal operating limits to prove its physical endurance. Once the equipment survives this tension, it receives final certification. Inspectors verify and stamp the permanent nameplate, recording its maximum allowable pressure and design temperature. The vessel is approved for industrial service only after documented testing proves it can endure physical forces far exceeding what it will face in daily operation. The certified equipment is transported to the field, installed on its foundation, and connected to the broader plant network. Once live fluids are introduced, it is subjected to the physics of active production. At this stage, the primary defense shifts to the plant operators. They must constantly monitor analog dials and digital systems to keep the system's pressure, temperature, and fluid levels strictly within their designated operating windows. From the moment the system is pressurized, the materials begin to age. Thermal cycling induces metal fatigue, while aggressive chemicals slowly corrode the internal walls, continuously reducing the equipment's structural thickness. To track this material loss, maintenance teams conduct scheduled periodic inspections, measuring wall thickness and mapping corrosion to detect degradation before the steel fractures. This visual represents a digital twin, a 3D model that simulates the physical state of the vessel. By feeding operational data into these models, engineers can generate heat maps that predict exactly where metal fatigue and stress concentrations are most likely to occur. While sensor data and predictive algorithms are useful for locating weaknesses, they do not fix the metal. Assessing fitness for service and executing targeted weld repairs still require human engineering judgment. Safe production is an ongoing effort to measure and counteract the physical decay of the machinery. Eventually, every piece of pressure equipment reaches the end of its structural life. However, the danger remains even after the power is cut. Dormant pipelines and retired vessels often conceal trapped residual pressure, pockets of gas, or highly toxic chemical residue locked inside the system. Decommissioning is a highly controlled sequence. The equipment must be systematically depressurized, mechanically isolated from live systems, chemically purged, and finally cut down for scrap. The rules for safely managing pressurized systems are strict. Design it correctly, manufacture it properly, inspect it rigorously, operate it safely, maintain it intelligently, decommission it responsibly. Managing industrial pressure relies on a continuous chain of documentation, inspection, and maintenance. Every step must hold, ensuring that the forces powering modern industry remain safely contained.